Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Heather with Creativity by Heather BE, and I am so excited today to be showing you one of the stamps in a collaboration between Unity Stamp Company and Brutus Monroe stamps. There are 4 background stamps. I'm going to create with one and show you 2 of them today. So the one that I'm going to be creating with is called Spilled Paint, and the one that I'm showing you there is called Dancing with Denim. So this collaboration they're all 4 background stamps, and this one is the one I was so excited to get, the spilled paint. I had so many ideas for this and how to take that spilled paint and make it beautiful. So I'm also going to be using some of the new Brutus Monroe dies, and I actually do not end up using the happy birthday, which I'm showing you there, but I will use the thanks for this card. And Brutus Monroe has redone their dies, so that way now you can see a little printout of what it's going to look like, which is so cool. I am going to be using some of the Glitterstock today. I'm actually going to be using the Fallen Snow when I die cut out my thanks. And to make the die cut easier to adhere to my panel, I'm going to be using Stick-It Adhesive. If you have not used this adhesive, it is fairly inexpensive and it makes it so easy to adhere your dies. So I am going to start by using the Brutus Monroe Aqua Pigments, and I'm going to be using pink and red. And I wanted to create almost like a hot pink color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down the pink first and then go back over it with red. And I am just using a dry paintbrush here. I have a water brush sitting there, but I decided to just use a dry one because I wanted the bright, vivid color and a lot of pigment. So I'm just picking up some of that's gone onto my craft mat, and that is the Brutus Monroe craft mat that I'm working on, and I love it because it's so large. And you can see how awesome that red is over top of that pink. It gives this gorgeous hot pink color. So there's my panel, and I am just going to set that aside to dry, and these dry fairly quickly. It really did not take very long to dry at all. And you can see that gorgeous pigment, the beautiful colors. So I am going to use my background stamp and stamp on the entire panel. And I kind of went back and forth on if I wanted to use the Alabaster, which is a white embossing powder, or if I wanted to use the Raven, which is a black. And I ultimately decided to use the black. I figured the black would make that background stamp pop a little bit more. So I am going to remove the backing from my background stamp. And if you've never had a background stamp, when you get them, you will have that piece of it's almost like a thinner cardstock paper that's stuck to the back of your background stamp. And you just want to remove that because it makes your stamp where it has more give. So I am using the Brutus Monroe embossing ink, and I'm just inking this background stamp up really, really well. I actually spent a lot of time going over it and edited some of that out. So you do want to make sure you have that inked up really well. So once I have it inked up, and honestly, I love the tone on tone, even just using the watermark ink. But I am going to go ahead and add my Raven embossing powder. And this Raven embossing powder is going to make that spilled paint background stamp just pop off the page, and the pink from the aqua colors come through. It really did create just a gorgeous pop of color. So once I have that done, I'm going to heat set everything, and you can see, look how beautiful that background is. So many things you could do with this background. You could do it in different colors. It almost even looks kind of like a little river. I love this background stamp. So I am going to adhere that onto a piece of Rouge cardstock. And this is probably one of my favorite cardstocks from Brutus Monroe. It's a pink color, but it's almost like a dulled hot pink. I just love the color of it. And I thought it would give a really good kind of edging for my panel. And I am using some of the adhesive craft glue. I love to use the liquid craft glue now because it gives me that time to kind of shift my panel around. So I decided that with my sentiment, I wanted to add some type of floral. So what I did is I stamped out the Botanical Banners stamp from Brutus Monroe onto a sheet of watercolor paper. And I used the Raven detail ink because it is watercolor friendly. And I am going to be using pink to color the roses, and then I'm going to go back in with the red to give it some highlights, and this works so well. I had not tried this before, and the red was great for highlights for this flower, as you can see here in a moment. And then I am going to go back in with just the regular green Aqua Pigment and do the leaves and then fussy cut out. So I decided I only wanted those top 2 roses. I just wanted some small floral accents on the card because I didn't want to do anything that was going to cover up the background, which was definitely the star of the show. So you can see where I added the shadows with the red on that top rose as soon as my hand gets out of the way, and just how easy and gorgeous it made those shadows. I am not a watercolorer. I love Zig markers because it makes it easy, and this is the first time I've used liquid watercolors like this, and I am so in love with these. I have created so many panels and backgrounds, and I just get ready because you're going to see a lot of the aqua pigments in my videos. So now that I'm done, I am going to fussy cut it, and I'm just kind of laying out where I want everything, and I do have my thanks cut out. And I'm going to adhere it onto some Raven cardstock, and I wanted to give a panel inside that you could write on, so I did that in rouge. So I'm going to use some foam adhesives to give my flower some dimension. And remember, I put the stick it on the back of the thanks, and look how gorgeous that font is for that thanks. And when I put that down, I'm actually going to kind of arch the thanks a little bit. I wanted it to kind of have that some motion to it like the background does. And that's the nice thing with using the stick it adhesive. You just peel it off and then you can kind of see I'm kind of angling it a little bit. I wanted it to have more of a flow through the card. And once I get this stuck down, that's it. I do believe I add a little bit of Aqua Shimmer Pen to the flowers. And that's it. Very simple, beautiful card. We are participating in a blog hop between Brutus Monroe and Unity Stamps Inspiration Team, so I encourage you to check out below and see all of the amazing creations from our design teams. Thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you so much and have a great day.